गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुस्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. Okay, come on, read out.
Nrupo jayati. King wins or conquers. King conquers.
You change the sentence into Nrupaha jayati, at least orally.
Nrupaha, okay, Swamiji. Nrupaha jayati.
Nrupo jayati, which can be construed when you break the sandhis. The normal sentence is Nrupaha jayati, a king conquers or wins. This is a singular vakyam. It can be done in a dvivachana also. And when you do it in dvivachana, Nrupau jayataha, two kings win. If you use it in plural, Nrupaha jayanti. The kings, Visarga, if you drop it, okay. But Nrupa jayanti, so the kings conquer, okay.
Ashwa utpatataha. Splitting it. Ashwau utpatataha. Au acha. Av. It becomes av.
You don't have to explain the rule, translate it. When you are given the translation work, I am not asking you the rule and sandhi and all that.
Okay. Ashwa utpatataha. Two horses jump.
Jumping is different. Galloping, they call it. He uses galloping. Galloping means while running, you jump while running. The very nature of running is while jumping. That kind of running is called gallops. So here you see, Ashva Utpatataha is a word. Okay, now first we have to split the sentence into its respective words, and then it makes sense. It is easy to translate. First, from here patataha we know. Here there seems to be utpatataha. If you can guess it, it is a utpatataha. So utpatataha is a dvivachana. Patadhatu. Ut is a upasarga. Utpatati, utpatataha, utpatanti. So it is a dvivachana. So here seems to be the noun, the subject of this verb. This also could be the dvivachana. What is the dvivachana? Ashva is clear. Ashva. But Ashva, dvivachana of Ashva is Ashvau. But here, what is this U? To see that if you break this U, what remains? What remains? See, Ashvav. Ashva is okay. Utpatataha. Va consonant and U is joined to it. So when you separate Utpatataha, what remains is Ashvav. So what is this Ashvav? We have learnt Ashvaha we know, Prathama Vibhakti. Ashvau Vivachana we know, two horses. Ashvaha Bahuvachana. What is this? So it seems to be the form of one of these three, which is modified due to Sandhi. Ashvaha Visarga doesn't change to Va. Then Ashvaha Bahuvachana also doesn't change to Va, because that Sandhi rule we have not studied. So only Vivachana has a chance. Ashvau. So according to that Sandhi, Ayadi Sandhi. Ashvau, he told the Au. Ashvau followed by vowel. Vowel is Ach. What happens? This Au changes to Ava. Av. So Ashvau changes to Au changes to Av. Ashvav. So this is the form of Ashvav. To the Va, U is joined. Ashvav Utpatataha. When you split first, Utpatataha separate it, then Ashvav you recognize it. Once you say, what is Ashvav? Ashvav itself is a change, a changed form. Of its previous form is Ashvau, is its previous form. It has changed to Ashvav because of Au changes to Av. Why? The rule is A, O, I, Au, that we have told already. A, O, I, and Au. These four, when followed by Ach, any Ach, what happens? A changes to I, Aya. O changes to Av, I changes to Aya, Au changes to Ava. This is called Ayadi Adesha Sandhi. Ayadi, I, Av, Aya, Ava, these four put together, we call them Ayadi. Ayadi Adesha. When they come in place of these are loci. That means locus. Plural of locus is loci. So these are, sorry, I have not put it. I don't know whether they could hear. Has anybody complained? Is anybody watching? Nobody is watching. Nobody is watching.
Only one live.
But can they hear? I don't know. So anyway, so A changes to I. Low voice, did he say?
Maybe they have.
Okay. So O changes to Av, I changes to I, Au changes to Av. Here, Au changes to Av. So Ashvau becomes Ashvav and Ach. Kalau api in Bhagavata comes. Kalau, Kali is a Ikaranta Shabda. Its Saptami Vibhakti becomes Kalau. Kalau api, even in Kali Yuga. Kalau api, Au becomes Ava. Kalavapi. It changes to Kalavapi, like that. Au plus api, Kalav. Kalau becomes Kalav, like that. So Ashvau becomes Ashvav. Okay. So Ashvav Utpatataha means Ashvav Utpatataha. Two horses run while jumping, or you can say jump while running. Means they run in such a way like this. See, they run. That kind of running is called galloping. Not simply jumping. Jumping means one jumping. It's not just one jumping. You run. See, the way horses run, you can see them. They run like that, that all four legs they lift up and then put like that. All four legs like that. Or sometimes you say the front two legs and back two legs. They lift and then put them like that suddenly. So that kind of running is called galloping. The horses utpatanam. Ut means you just go up and like this. Utpatanam. That is called utpa. So Ashva utpatataha. When you split Ashvau utpata. Okay, next sentence.
Only that only Ashvaha utpatati.
Ekavachana. If you do it. Bahuvachana Ashvaha utpatanti. Ashva utpatanti. Okay, next.
Ashva utpatanti. Jana vadanti.
Here, according to the second Sandhi rule, Visarga preceded by long A, Janaha, the Va is a soft consonant. Then Visarga gets dropped. Visarga lopaha. In Sanskrit we call Visarga lupyate atava lopo bhavati. Visarga lopaha. So Jana vadanti, only this much.
Jana vadanti. People speak.
That's all. Janaha vadanti. Vadanti is plural. Janaha is. Noun should be plural, verb should be plural. Go together. If noun is singular, verb is singular. Noun is dvivachana, verb is dvivachana. Noun is bahuvachana. So that should go together. Okay.
Janam vadataha.
That's okay. Janaha vadati. That's okay.
Jane.
Jane alla. Janaha.
Janaha vadati.
Correct. Sandhi make it. Make it Jano vadati. Correct.
Balaha sprihayati. A child desires.
Correct. A boy or a child desires. Correct.
Boy desires. Balau sprihayataha. Balaha sprihayanti.
Barididya. Oral practice saku. Okay.
Gruhani rakshanti. The houses protect.
The houses protect. Here, see, he has got a very limited vocabulary. Because we have just started Sanskrit. Within the limited vocabulary, he should be able to teach you all Sandhis. Therefore, some of the verbs he used here are not very familiar, not commonly used. They are rarely used in Kavyas alone. That's why when Sanskrit scholar I have shown this book, he says the the verbs and forms are very unfamiliar ones he is using. Because in the beginning we require all alphabets. And those alphabets you don't find there. Then what to do? In the beginning you have to teach the Sandhi rules and etc. He has struggled hard to give certain words, and within the words he has to use them. Because no other words. Within the words he has to cover Sandhi rules. Therefore he has to do that. So that is the struggle he underwent. But still he succeeded in his own way. Now Gruhani. Regarding the Gruhani, let us see. I think the rule should have been taught a little later. But he is teaching right now only. Should I cover or later? Shall we wait it? Gruham is in Napunsakalingam. Gruham, like phalam, phale, phalani. Gruham, gruhe, gruhani. Here, phalam, phale, phalani, we call it. Now here, gruhani. It should be ni only. Then why it changed to ni? There is a Sandhi rule. It's a complicated rule. So, if in the same word, the rule is like that. Ru, ra, and sha. If any of these letters occur in the same word, and na comes later, if the ru, ra, sha, okay, any one of these letter occurs in the same word where na is there, but before na it comes, then permitting certain intervening letters, na changes to na. So in between, certain letters are permitted and certain letters are not permitted. Means there are permitted letters, there are prohibited letters. Ru, ra, sha. Take this example here itself. Gru, first ga, then thereafter ru, isn't it? Then ha, then a, isn't it? Gruha, then na, then e. Gruhani word, if you split the letters, ga, ru, ha and a. Here, I think, I don't know, can you see that? This is a space problem. Okay, na and e, gruhani. So here, in the same word, ru is coming and na is coming. Intervening letters are ha and a. Okay. Intervening letters are ha and a. So, first rule is, if in the same word, either ru or ra or sha, any of the letter comes, in the same rule, after some time, if the na comes, na changes to na, if the intervening letters are also permitted letters alone.
Oh, okay.
So, Panini covers what are the permitted letters. Keep on checking whether it is permitted letter. But the problem is, permitted letters are okay, but prohibited letters, out of the prohibited letters, even if one letter is present, all other gets cancelled. So, na doesn't change. That means it has got a veto power. The prohibited prevents it. It has a veto. Even if it is, suppose in between are the 5 letters. Out of the 5, 4 are permitted. If there is a one negative letter, whole change is cancelled. Though na comes after ru. Though ru, ra, sha is present in the same letter, yet na doesn't change. Okay. So this is the thing. But Panini writes two sutras. One sutra, Atkupuvamnyam Vavayepi. What are the letters that can be present in between? What are the intervening letters present? But what is the point in memorizing intervening letters? Because you keep on seeing this is present, yeah, is this present, is this last, if there is one letter, whole thing is get cancelled. Why teaching the permitted letter instead of tell what is vetoing letters? If one letter is present, cancel. If that letter is not there, permitted letter can be anything. We need not check each letter. If there is no negative letter, na is changed. That's all. Therefore, Atkupuvamnyam Vyavayepi Panini Sutra. So he also gives the Panini structure alone. But I am telling you, instead of Panini, we go the opposite side. Though Panini not mentioned, what are the vetoing letters? Chu, you see, Chu. Chavarga is called Chachajajanya. Chu. Tavarga is called Tu. Tavarga is called Tu. Sa la sha. Chu tu tu sa la sha. These are vetoing letters.
Okay.
Ha is not there. A is not there. Therefore, na can change.
Permitted.
That's all.
Okay.
Only what vetos alone let us see. So there is no vetoing letter. Whatever is the permitted latent bimbi, let there be any number, we need not look at it. Is there a single vetoing? Because vetoing is important.
True. There is no.
Otherwise, even if they are if you keep on checking permitted letter, yes, permitted, last one letter, whole thing is waste. Why seeing the whole? See what is vetoing letter. So chutu tu salasha. Though Panini mentions permitted letter, but these are the excluded letters. Excluded means excluded as permitted. That means vetoing letters.
Vetoing letters.
Therefore, some places either ru, ra, sha. If ru, ra, sha are not present, na doesn't change. Kamalam. Ru, ra, sha is not there. Kamalani. First letter we have seen. Jalam, jalani. Dukkham, dukkani. Dhanam, dhanani. Netram. See. Netra. See. Ta, ra. After ra, ani, only a is present. Only a. Therefore, na changes to na. Netrani. Therefore, netrani change. Next, you see parnam. Parna, ra is there, but veto letter is there. Therefore, it is cancelled. It's a very complicated. Parna, should I write it? Wipe out this? Now the parna, pa, there is a pa and a, so we need not bother it. Par, na, a, and na. Next E is there anyway. Okay, so after ra, na and a are coming. So a is okay, but na letter belongs to tavarga. So chavarga, tavarga, tavarga. No letter. So letter na cancelled. Therefore, since ra is there, na should have changed to na, but doesn't change. Though as a general rule it should change, but the exception, the preventing, the vetoing na has come. Therefore, no possibility is there because of Ra, presence of Ra. It gets cancelled. So, Parna, Parnam, Parne, Parnani. Never say Parnani because seeing the Ra, don't go by that. That's I told rule and then exception of all complicated. But if you go slowly, these are easy for us because we got used to them. A few words, if you keep on watching, after some time they become, you don't have to look at them. Automatically word, instantly, even while fast speaking also you can just say it. It becomes habit. It becomes easy. But in the beginning it becomes, now this is phalam. Phalam phale phalani because no rurasha. Then mitram. Mitram, mitre, mitrani, because tra, trani. After tra, a is coming. A alone is coming. So a is permitted. Mitrani. No vetoing. Then mukham, mukhe, mukhani. No rurasha. Sukham, sukhe, sukhani. No. But hrudayam, this is a complicated. See. Just like parnani, hrudayam. Hrudayam in hru. Ha-ru. Shall I write combined?
Combined only, right?
Hra. Because ha-ru is there. After ru, da. In da, a is there again. Da and a. Ya and a. And na. After na, though you write the mark before left side, it is pronounced later. E is pronounced considered as a later letter. E is after na. Though you are writing as a left mark, but in pronunciation, na e, hrudayani, na e, na plus e becomes ni. So e is considered as a later letter. So na. So what is the ending letter? E. Ending letter is not na. Ending letter is e. Okay. So now after ru, what are the letters? These four letters: da, a, ya, a. Now see here, tavarga. So it is a vetod. Therefore, nach doesn't change. So parnani, hrudayani. In parnani, ra is there. Hrudayani, ru is there. Yet, because of this vetoing letter, this na doesn't, its change is prevented. So hrudayani doesn't happen. Hrudayani vyadarayat Bhagavad Gita says. Hrudayani parnani. So this is the rule. And one more thing. That's why I told I should teach it in the next chapter. But since he already Bhandarkar touched and had. But after na there is a e, isn't it? That means here na and e. That means ending letter is e, na is not the final letter. If there is a, if the na is the end of the word, after this there is no letter at all. Like here, of course, e is there. Raman, Devan, only consonant ending. There, even if the ru rasha is there, won't change. So na should not be end of the letter. After end of the word, after na there should be at least one letter. Then this is another condition for the na to change it to na. Supposing ru rasha are present, two conditions. One is these are the vetoing. Another vetoing is
Na should be penultimate.
It should be penultimate, or it should be not only penultimate, it could be anything. There should be some letter after it. It should not be end, that's all. The word should not be the end of the word. Then na, if it is an end of the word, na doesn't change. After na there could be one or more. It may be penultimate or there may be more letters also. More letter. Then na, if there is a letters later, na changes to na. Otherwise, if it is an end of the letter, it doesn't change. So these are the two conditions. So three, isn't it? One is ru rasha. One of these letters should be present.
In the same word.
Then the na should not be at the end of the word. After na, there should be some letter, at least one letter. Vowel, one generally vowel alone. Then thing is, these vetoing letters should not be even a single of the vetoing. Even if there is a single of these vetoing letters.
It remains same.
Oh, sorry, here I made a mistake. Salasha. Because this sha is already included here. Did you write it? I made a mistake. Right is Salashah. Salashah. Salasha. So if any of these letter comes, the na changing is without. So one is Rurasha, any of the letters should come. It should not be at the end of the word. And this should not veto. This much if you remember these three, then na changes to na. So here, what are the places? Only Gruhani, Netrani 2, Mitrani 3, that's all, only 3. Isn't it? Gruhani, Netrani, Mitrani 3 changes. 2 possibilities there but cancelled. What is that? Parnani, Hridayani. In Parnani, Hridayani, though there is a chance, they get cancelled because of vetoing letters. Okay. So the 5 are there. Leaving these 5, other people, there is no Rurasha. So continue. This is the rule. Okay. Now Gruhani Rakshanti. Coming to these things. Gruhani Rakshanti. In these things, Gruhani, ni changes to na. Gruhani Rakshanti, that we don't use, but because we have got a limited vocabulary, we have to make sentences. So he intelligently, within such a limited vocabulary, he is giving a translation practice. Otherwise, the practice will be less. And if you give very 2 or 3 sentences, then you won't master the language. Therefore, within that word, he has covered so many 15 sentences. So, Gruhani Rakshanti, houses protect. If you make a single house, say in English, one house protects.
Graham Rakshati.
Graham Rakshati. If you say 2 houses protect,
Grahe Rakshata.
Correct. Okay, proceed with the next sentence. So, I'll wipe out.
Sorry.
Okay.
Netre Pashyataha. 2 eyes see.
Okay. Here, just orally say. Single eyes see.
Single Netram Pashyati.
Netram Pashyati. If many,
Netrani Pashyanti.
Netrani.
Netrani.
Netrani. Ni should come. Okay, next sentence.
Meghaha Sinchati.
Meghas Sinchati. Okay.
Sinchati. Cloud sprinkles.
A cloud. A cloud sprinkles. Because cloud is singular here. Meghaha plural. Sinchanti. Okay, next.
Meghau Sinchata.
That's okay.
2 clouds.
And since you already know, you can skip it. Those who are totally new to Sanskrit, they should practice like this orally. The given sentence they should write. Other numbers, Ekavachana, Dvivachana, Bahuvachana, other vachanas, he should orally practice. Because those who are listening, I am telling, orally let them practice. Since you already have a little practice, you already studied little Sanskrit before, it doesn't matter. You don't need so much of practice. Now next to Budhau Munchataha. See, since you are able to read, I am leaving it to you. But otherwise, those who are newcomers, they have never read, read Sanskrit. So therefore, I myself read and make them to repeat. For the new people, each sentence, Budhau Munchataha, 2 or 3 times I'll make them to read it. Because they need a practice of reading. Otherwise, I have seen people, they keep on writing like a painting, like pictures. They ask them to read, they're just unable to read. They can give like pictures. They can draw the pictures, like each one alphabet is like a picture, they take it. Unable to read. Then I found, my God, I should have made them to read. I should have made them to repeat it. So, since you are able to read, so I left it to you. But other people, those who have not habit of reading Sanskrit, they should make a reading practice also. Budhau Munchataha, Meghaha Sinchati, Netre Pashyataha. All these letters they should learn to read out also, loudly. When you read out loudly, then you get a language. Okay, Budhau Munchataha.
2 wise men release.
2 means release or leave out. Leave out. Leave means they leave body. Wise men, they leave the body. Like that. Or body or anything. Okay. This is a Dvivachana. If you say single, Budhaha Munchata. Okay. Pava. Okay. Modalu, first you read the existing sentence. Second step, you split the sandhi. First itself, you can't split it. First to read as it is what is present.
Pavano harati.
Then you split it.
Pavanaha harati.
Like that. First to read as it is. So Pavano is a sandhi. Therefore Pavanaha harati. Now translate.
Wind takes away.
Wind takes away. Harati. Because wind takes away all what you call grass and some such thing, it takes away. Papers and all that. Okay. Sukham prinayati.
Sukham prinayati. Happiness pleases.
Here one more role.
Sukham.
Sukham prenayati. You make a rule. You see. He could have waited, I don't know. He is giving so many rules immediately. Sandhi rules, could have told gradually, but the first day alone, all rules is. But in the first nine chapters, almost all Sandhis he covers. Therefore, in the first 10 chapters, you get a good ground. It's a bit difficult, but you get a good ground of all Sandhis. You get a good ground of Sanskrit in the first 10 chapters alone. That's why we have to go little slowly, point by point. Sukham prenayati. Okay. Ma at the end of a word. Sukham, dukkham, end of the word. This changes to consonant in general, followed by a consonant. If sukham followed by pa is a consonant, then what happens? It changes to an anuswara. Anuswara means this dot is anuswara. Sukham. When it is not changed to anuswara, it is changed to the. Two things are there. Either it may be changed, it is changed to anuswara, or it may change to the nasal of that varga. For example, sukham, how do you say? Gruham, padagal, because we have got limited vocabulary. So here, gachati, let us take it. If ga is there, this anuswara changes to the kavarga. It is a ga is a kavarga. Shankara we call it, that's why. In Shankara, sham sunna is there, kara. This sunne, this dot, changes to nga. Why nga? Because of the ka. Following letters nasal. Following letter belongs to ka, ka, kha, ga, ga, nga. Its own varga. Its own nasal, shankara. Therefore, here, shankara. Isn't it? And its dot generally represents ma. Dot is equal to ma. Therefore, sukham is okay, but shankara, how do we pronounce? Shamkara, you watch it, you watch my sound. Shamkara or shankara? Shamkara we don't say, shankara. Nga is because of the later consonant. Similarly, gamga we don't say, ganga. Because ga is a following consonant, is a kavarga consonant. Therefore, the nasal changes to according to the
corresponding ga.
That is the thing. So, ganga. Okay, so therefore, if the nasal may change to, if tavarga is there, tata, dada, it changes to na. If it is papa, ma is already there. So if it is a ta, it changes to na. Na, like that. Therefore, really, sukham prenayati. So pa is there. When pa is there, ma. It whether ma or sunna, it is the same because pronunciation is same. So you can do anything. Okay. You go jivo muhyati next.
Jivo muhyati. Animal faints.
Does he say any other thing? Shashasaraha, when it is not changed to anuswara, it is changed to the nasal of these things. Okay. More complicated, I think. First day alone, you should not teach so many rules where you are unable to use them. See, other letter, the rule applies to not to one letter. It applies to more than one words. Another 10 words it applies to. But we are learning only one word and you teach the rule. Remaining 9, you can't understand even. So I think we'll postpone it. Whatever we learnt and more application will come later. More words come, then I'll tell you. Okay. Jivo muhyati.
An animal faints.
Oh, time aitappa. Because we started very late.
An animal faints.
Okay.
Jivaha muhyati.
Correct.
Jivo muhyati.
Okay. Hasta.
Hastau harataha. Two hands take away.
2 hands take away or remove. Okay. Mukhani dravanti.
Mukhani dravanti. Mouth becomes water.
Mouths water. Become water alla.
Mouth's water.
Water means what you call, when you see some tasty food, mouth waters. When you see the tasty food, when you see the smell of a sweet or something, water comes out of your mouth. So the mouth watering. So mouth's water. Because he has a limited vocabulary, within that he has to use. We learnt very little. He has to use so many sentences. See how intelligently he is using all those. Meaning wise, don't look at them. Some of the meaning looks very odd. Okay.
So
Dukkham.
Here like that only. Mukham dravati.
Mukham dravati. The mouth waters.
So mukham ma or
Mukham dravati. The word has not come. The word has not come. Then it becomes a bit complicated. Mukhandravati. So da is there. Da belongs to tata dadhana. Da belongs to tavarga. So this ma first changes to sunne, first changes to dot, anuswara, and that anuswara changes to anuswarasya yai parasavarnaha. That is the thing. Parasavarnaha. So dakara's nasal is mukhandravati. Idu normally we don't use them. Mukham dravati only we say. But when you speak fast, your tongue automatically changes. You see them, mukham dravati, mukham dravati, mukham dravati. You can't retain the ma continuously. You see the mukham dravati, automatically the mukham dravati na comes out automatically. Therefore it is a phonetics. It is based upon phonetic rule. Human tongue automatically goes. So therefore our people watched it, how the tongue naturally turns, they incorporated as a rules. It is not the rules made by our people, our Sanskrit scholars or our rishis before. They watched how the tongue changes, seeing that they just incorporated here. Tongue automatically changes. So Mukhandravati, these things you find in Veda. In Vedic mantras, all these changes they accurately follow. That's why the words are very complicated. They use wherever such a letter is there, you can never skip them. You must use all the sandhis. Therefore, they retain all the sandhis. You would not know the meaning of it because they concentrate so much on these letters alone. They concentrate on the external form. In Veda mantra recitation, they concentrate on the letters and never look at the meaning. Only that. Full stops, commas also won't be there. No full stop, no comma. Just goes on wherever sandhi is possible. Join them. It is just like a chain joined one. They just join them. So they don't look at the meaning. That's why Veda mantras, look, if anything nobody understands. You split them properly, you can understand. As they read, you can understand them. Okay. So Mukhandravati, that you don't bring all these rules now. When it comes, we will study.
Dukkam pidayati. Misery gives pain.
Dukkham means a kind of a pain. Not only misery.
Pidayati.
The dukkham is a psychological dukkham. Physical is a pain. Dukkham is psychological. So the misery of the mind. The misery of the mind pains a person. Okay. Dukkham pidayati Rama pujayati.
Rama adores.
Rama adores means does puja. Okay. Putrau tushyataha.
Two sons are satisfied.
Two sons are. See, tushyati means are satisfied. To be satisfied. Not innobbaranu pleasing ki prinayati heltivi. Putrau tushyataha ande putraru are satisfied. Themselves satisfied. With some fathers doing something, sons are satisfied with fathers giving the property. They are satisfied. Tushyataha. Murkhau kupyataha.
Jalam.
Jalam shushyati.
Water dries up.
Dries up, correct. So shushya is getting dried, not drying others. See, dry is a transitive, intransitive verb in English. Shushyati means to become dry, not to dry others. you become dry. That means jalam shishyati, like
Dry,
that.
sir.
Mukham shishyati also we can say mouth.
Mouth.
There is no water, because of the summer heat, there is no water to drink, then the tongue shishyati, jihva shishyati, mukham shishyati, like that.
Murkhau kupyataha. Two fools become angry.
Two fools get
are
angry.
angry.
Get angry. Become angry is not there in English, getting angry. To get angry only. Become angry is our Indian expression. Allave. Become angry is an Indianized English. So it is simply get angry. Is angry or get angry.
Get angry.
Kupyataha andre, two fools are angry or two fools get angry.
Get angry.
That's all. But becoming angry is not there in English, to my knowledge. Because my knowledge of English is limited anyway. Nowadays, lot of English is coming. Okay. Kurmas. Oh, one more is Kurmaha.
Kurmaha.
Sarati. One sentence.
Okay.
First sentence.
Kurmaha. Oh, Kurmaha Sarati.
A tortoise
A tortoise
moves.
A
That's all.
tortoise moves.
That's all. Next.
Phale patata.
If you have skipped it, you can write down at least briefly, or put a dash that one word is missing. Kurma, that's you leave it, and later you can write.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay.
Phale patataha. Two fruits fall.
Two fruits fall. Patataha is a vivachana. Kriya. Dhanam nashyati.
Dhanam nashyati. Wealth perishes.
Wealth perishes. Okay.
Nara gachanti. Men goes. Naraha gachanti.
Men goes alla. Men go.
Men going.
See, goes is for singular.
Singular.
For plural only go. Goes and go. This we learnt it long before in school days. We would put everything because we don't know where to put the yes. Goes should we say, go should we. Teacher would say only for third person singular alone, yes comes. Third person singular. We would always repeat. Man goes. We would say mangoes or mango, men go, like that. Man goes. We would say a man goes. Naraha gachanti, men go. Okay.
Naraha gachanti.
Okay. Kamale
nrityataha. Two kamalas dance.
Two lotuses. Kamala is a Sanskrit word. Two lotuses dance. Lotus is a single. Lotuses is a plural.
I wrote Kamala as
Kamala.
just like Rama, Kamala.
Kamala is not a name. Meaning is given lotus, you see in the book. Kamalam is lotus. First word. Napunsakalinga first word. Kamalam is lotus. Kamala is not a woman here. If Kamalam Napunsakalinga, you can't use the name of a girl. So Kamalam is a Napunsakalinga word. If it is a woman, you call Kamala. But the feminine gender we have not learnt. Kamala word we have not learnt. Kamala is not a name of a girl. Kamalam is lotus. Kamale. But Kamale, oh, you are taking Kannada. Kamale and Kannada we don't use. Sanskrit we are learning, not Kannada. Nobody calls Kamale. Kamale is two lotuses. Kamalam, single lotus. Kamalam nrityati. Say.
Kamalam nrityati.
Kamale nrityataha. Kamalani nrityanti. Kamala is not a name of a girl. It is a lotus. Lotuses.
Two lotuses dance. Mitrani kathayanti. The friends tell.
Friends, many friends tell. Okay. Read out first.
Swamiji. Sudo vishati.
Then split it.
Sudo vishati. Sudaha vishati.
Correct. Then tell the meaning.
Cook enters.
A cook enters. That's an English expression. A and the, these are all common. I think very difficult to understand. When to use A and the is one professor, and the Telugu professor, but equally good at English also. And he says, right from the first nursery, you learn until the MA. Even then, you don't know where to use the. A and the. A and is okay. A and is also wrong. You see? Should we say a university or an university?
An university.
A university.
Sound.
A historical or an historical?
A historical.
An historical. That's why he says, even after up to going MA also, A and is a problem. A and is a problem. Leave it anyway, it's not our language. Leave it, it's always a problem. But a cook, generally when we say a cook enters, that because of my habit, I get little word. Even I am not correct all the time. Sometimes I also go wrong. But here a cook enters. Samudrasham.
Samudraha shamyati. Sea is calm.
Okay. The sea is calm.
The sea is calm.
Sea is always full. The sea is calm.
The sea is calm.
Shamyati. Okay. Now other English word. Have you done? Oh my God! But there is no time. We'll check tomorrow.
So
We'll
we
check.
can finish now.
Time is up, Papa.
2 minutes.
Okay. 2 minutes are in between. I have to explain if the new word comes. If the mistake goes, I have to tell. Okay. Okay. If you want, I'll finish 2 minutes.
Kings protect. Nrupa rakshanti.
Yes.
2 children valor. Balau yutyataha.
Okay.
I wrote.
Okay. You told. Just read it. Read it out.
A son pleases. Putraha prinayati. Horses gallop.
Gallop.
Horses gallop. Ashwa utpatanti. Winds bear. Pavana vahanti.
Trees.
God creates. Ishvaraha srijati.
Trees grow.
Vriksha rohanti.
The two tortoises move.
Kurmau.
ಬರೆದಿದ್ದೇನು ಓದು ಬರೆದಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಓದುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟನ.
ಕೂರ್ಮೌ ಸರತಃ.
Okay. Animals perish.
ಜೀವಾ ನಶ್ಯಂತಿ.
The hand throws.
ಹಸ್ತಃ ಕ್ಷಿಪತಿ.
Okay. Fire burns.
ಅನಲಃ ದಹತಿ.
An eye throbs.
ನೇತ್ರಂ ಸ್ಫುರತಿ.
The two seas are agitated.
ಸಮುದ್ರೌ ಕ್ಷುಭ್ಯತಃ.
A wise man is calm. ಬುದ್ಧ ಅಲ್ಲ.
Buddha shamyati.
Full spread.
Murkha jalpanti.
A friend asks.
Mitram pritchati.
Leaves fall.
Parnani patanti.
The heart is
satisfied. Hridayam tushyanti.
Hridayam is ekavachana.
Hridayam tushyati.
Tushyanti eke?
Cooks cook. Sudaha pachanti.
People censure.
Janan indanti.
A man tells.
Naraha kathayati.
A lotus adorns.
Kamalam bhushayati.
The mouth speaks.
Mukham vadati.
Okay. Very good. Then anyway, you don't want more explanation. Then we'll proceed with the next chapter tomorrow.
Some explanation ಇಲ್ಲ. ಓದ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ explanation.
But explanation ಮತ್ತೆ over. ಮತ್ತೆ explanation ಗೆ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. Next lesson tomorrow only. You have no homework today because now there is no next lesson. Homework today. So we'll tell because already time is up. We'll tell tomorrow. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari Om Tat Sat.